Hello, Rob from Fountain Pen Journey. Now, some of you may have already seen this pen. It's been around for years now. This is the TWSBI VAC Mini. It's it's an interesting little demonstrator pen. It's a vacuum filler, hence the name. So the filling system is somewhat different to the usual piston fill fountain pens that TWSBI usually seen making. So this is a little bit of a departure from their normal piston filler pens. This is the if you like the clear colourless version. There is a nice finial domed sort of jewel on the top of the try and get that back in focus, there we go, on the top of the cap, which isn't the usual sort of plastic finial that you see on some of them like the Eco and this TWSBI Go. You know, it's just a red plastic insert there, nice jewel on the VAC Mini. So nice, attractive, more premium design feature. Now this is quite a small pen, hence the mini part of the name. So let's just have a quick look how it compares to the Lamy All-Star. About a 1.5 centimetres shorter capped. Let's uncap them. Twist cap. And maybe close to 2 centimetres shorter. Screw to post. So suddenly you're beginning to see why the VAC Mini is, it's definitely designed to be posted. But it's not for people with huge hands. So your mileage may vary. You may find that this is definitely not a big pen for you. However, I've got, I'd say, large hands, size 9, something like that. And I can write comfortably with this unposted, so it's not a big deal. The pen, okay, let's have a look at it. So I've already discussed the finial there. We've got a silver clip, which in my view is perhaps a little, I mean, it's perfectly functional. It's not very springy. It's all right. It probably does quite a decent job because there is a large amount of clearance here. Does a good job of clipping onto shirt pockets, things like that. So in essence, this is what this pen is good at. So I think the clip may have been designed that way. We have got down here TWSBI engraved on the cap band along with VAC Mini. Down at the bottom, black plastic blind cap. This unscrews, and once you unscrew it, you can then, I'm not going to do it, but you can then pull this out, and this then pulls the I don't know, plunger rod back up the barrel. To fill the pen, it's actually quite straightforward. I have done a video on this, so if you go to my how-to guides or just search through my videos, filling a vacuum fill fountain pen, you'll see how this works, because I actually use this pen as the demonstration for that filling mechanism. So basically you pull it all the way out, so that the rubber piston, I don't know, gasket, whatever you want to call it, is up here. Insert this into your ink nib down so that the nib's deep into the ink. Push the rod down, and as it goes down, the gasket creates a vacuum behind it. And at the bottom, the inside of this barrel flares out, and as it passes that point, the vacuum's released and it pulls ink up into the barrel here. And then all you have to do is just screw this back on to secure it. So it's quite straightforward. So let's have a look now. I've got a different nib in this than my usual TWSBI fountain pens, which I tend to go for medium and broad nibs. So this is the TWSBI VAC Mini. The nib in this is a 1.1mm stub, which I actually really like. It's not what I'd call a hugely try and zoom in a bit on this. There we go. See things a bit clearly. It's a good writer, it's smooth. For a stub nib, there's no sort of sharp edges in normal. I mean, as long as you're holding the pen at the right angle to the paper, you don't get the sharp scratchiness unless you really rotate the pen, and then it just stops writing anyway. So yeah, normal writing position, very smooth. 1.1mm stub. Okay, let's have a look. Nice broad lines, nice fine lines. So yeah, it does the job. I am by no means an expert at writing with 1.1mm stub nibs or stub nibs in general. They are very much something which you love or just enjoy playing around with, like myself. Wet. Oh, the ink. Here we go, Noodlers, Black Swan, in Australian Roses. Which I absolutely love. Very nice ink. Good shading, nice colour. And it does the job. I mean, obviously, if I'm trying to lay down lots and lots of ink, it keeps up, no problem with that whatsoever. It's a nice pen. It's a very comfortable pen to write with, and I must admit, if you're used to the TWSBI Eco and certainly the TWSBI Go, you're going to notice a difference in the materials in this pen, because this feels, I mean, to be honest, it feels more like glass rather than a cheap acrylic or plastic. It's very comfortable. It's relatively heavy. Let me just get the scales. I mean, this has got ink in of an unknown level, but it is, I would say, quite a heavy little pen. 28.2 grams capped. Uncapped 19.4. I mean, it's not ridiculous, but for the size of it, it feels quite well made. It feels robust. It's a very good quality pen. Get this all back in shot. There we go. So I like it. I think if you're after a vacuum filled fountain pen from a, if you like, known or established, if you like, more reliable brand than, say, Wingsong. Not that Wingsong isn't reliable. I've always found their pens pretty good. But if you want a TWSBI VAC filler, then this is a very nice little starting point. So the VAC Mini, the 1.1mm stub. Also, you can get the what is it, extra fine, fine, medium and broad nibs. They're all steel nibs, come with these TWSBI VAC Mini pens. So you've got a choice of nib options. And it's a nice looking pen. There are sort of fairly subdued facets on there, which you can just about feel. But I find it's a very comfortable pen. There is a good, for the size of the pen, the section is actually quite a decent length. There's a step up, but it's well out of the way of your fingers. So, recommended little pen, definitely gets a thumbs up from me. It's fun, and it's a fun size as well. So, if you're in the market for that type of thing, this is definitely a pen that you should be considering. So, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.